Speaking of a team that did not bust a nut, but indeed got blue balls, let's move over to the Queen side of baseball. Great segue, huh, fellas? B-Rabs, welcome back to the show.
Blue and orange balls over here.
Yeah, one color of each. Tell me about your emotions right now.
Color of each.
Now, can I ask you, Brian, is it more I want to ask you in a certain way. Is this more like, oh man, I'm so excited because my team made it that far? Or is it a letdown because you're like, man, we were so close to making it into the big dance? Like, which one is kind of more the emotion?
It's a weird range of emotions, because the first game of the series, I was like, if we win this, it'll be a miracle. But I just didn't. I'm sorry, I did not expect us to win that series. I was like, I saw when we got blown out like 9-0, and Ohtani was just cracking on us. I was like, oh, we're cooked. We're cooked. And I'm glad Pete Alonso got to win one last home game. Probably his last home game. So I'm just like, you know what? I think this team has a future. I think we have good ownership. I fucking hate the Dodgers so much. I think like how everyone used to hate the Yankees is now how I hate the Dodgers, because they're doing the exact same thing that the Yankees were villainized when they had Steinbrenner in like the 90s. Like, they're just buying up like all the great talent, and they're just going to become they're going to become the new dynasty that I think everyone's going to want to take down. I think they're going to beat the Yankees. As a Mets fan, it's weird as a Mets fan who hates the Dodgers and then also doesn't want to cheer for the Yankees. It's kind of like a Republican who's voting for Kamala. You know what I mean? Like,
there's quite a few of those.
There
are. Like, I don't like this, but I just think the other option is much worse. Yeah. So
I wanted to get into that actually, because the Mets fans, I think, are going to be a little bit split. But then you also have, I was talking to a buddy yesterday who is a Giants fan. Obviously, he's rooting for the Yankees because San Francisco doesn't like LA.
Right.
And I was thinking of like some of the weird combinations we're going to get of fan rooting in this series. Because let's face it, fellas, this is the World Series of who do you hate less. I think that really is what it is. Like, you're going to have Boston fans. You're going to have hardcore Celtics beat LA fans rooting for the Dodgers in this series, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, I see Met fans already rooting for the Dodgers, which is like, really? Wow. Like, I wanted Mets in
last night. The body is Grimace's body is still warm, and you're already rooting for the team that did that.
I know. It's a little bizarre. I wanted Mets in I wanted the Subway Series. So
I did too. We talked about it last week. How awesome that would have been. But
I did. Everyone did. Everyone in New York wanted it, and now I'm just like, I guess I'm a New York nationalist. So like, even though I was raised to see the Yankees as the evil empire, like, I still want them to beat the new evil empire, which is the Dodgers. But it is funny, like, when you because I feel like a new generation of Mets fans are like, we don't hate the Yankees, and I feel like a new generation of Yankees fans are like, we don't hate the Mets. But when you talk to someone who was like born in the 80s, like a Mets fan who was born in the 80s, he's like, fuck the Yankees, I want the Yankees to get swept. Like a guy that was there when Koch was mayor and Giuliani was mayor, and like people used to get stabbed all the time on the subway, like regularly, not like what you hear now. Like, New York was like, when you can still get a decent hooker in Times Square, like that part, like that era of New York. If
you can remember, hookers and blow, that you probably remember hating the Yankees.
If you grew up in that, if you grew up if Derek Jeter or Mike Piazza was your favorite player, then you probably despised the other New York team. And I always would, I guess, like, argue with like Cousins or something, like good natured ring, but like, I always still looked at it like, especially now, post-COVID, like everything we've been through, I'm like, New York needs a W, and I don't care if it's from fucking, George Steinbrenner's stupid ass fucking son, or Brian Cashman, who, by the way, when I saw Cashman too, get that like title, he looked like so smug because like he had so many haters, and like I feel like he's kind of feeling like he's vindicated right now. You know what I mean? Like I was like, that's a guy who's loving life.
He won't be vindicated until they sign Soto. So I don't care if they win or not.
Oh, that's going to be the big story of the offseason, man. How much are the Giants going to be bidding? How much are the Mets going to be bidding?
Yeah.
I mean, you could even see him going to like, one of the Texas teams. We'll see how much payroll the Braves got open. That's going to be really interesting to see.